Continuing on with our discussion of religion on this channel, there has been a debate recently requested involving the Egyptian god of death, Anubis, and the Son of God, Jesus Christ himself. Now, going into this, I know the person in that picture right there is not Anubis, but still, it's a cool picture. Going into this, we have to discuss who Jesus is and who Anubis is. As I understand that some of you might not know who Anubis is, but most all of you might know who Jesus is if you're from America. To put it simply, let's run over Jesus first, as he is the more simpler to explain, and Anubis is the more complex. Jesus Christ, otherwise known as the Son of God, is the Son of God and the Messiah in the Christian lore, and meant to be the savior of humanity when the end times come. And thus he wields powers to do small miracles like turning water into wine, making multiple amounts of food, and expelling demons with simply words. So, not a lot to go on in his human form. However, there are other interpretations that see him in a far more powerful state. However, we will get to those later. Now, as I said, it's time to discuss Anubis. Anubis is the god of death in Egyptian lore, and he is not a very prideful or egotistical god as long as he can do his bidding and judge the dead. His powers and abilities are not fully displayed, however, they are alluded to be similar to Hermes from Greek lore, and the fact that he and Hermes both guide people to the river Styx or the dead and have souls go off from there. However, that's mainly where the similarity is in. Fun fact, there's even a god made of their fusion called Anubis and Hermes. It's fused into Hernubis or Anumis, whatever. Basically, there's a fusion god out there. I thought that was interesting. Anyways, getting back into it, Anubis basically has scales. He will weigh your heart against a feather. If your heart is unworthy, you'll have one chance to convince him, or he will feed you into a soul-eating monster. I think it's called Ganeshu or something. But he is a very fairly powerful god, even able to take the throne of the Egyptian title of gods. However, he didn't do that due to the fact that he is loyal to the souls he protects and guides. However, going off of that, we can understand that he is not the most powerful god like a reality warper or something, but he is up there. Now, if Jesus and Anubis got into it, I feel like that Jesus in his human form would lose badly, just going off powers and abilities. And here's why. Anubis is a god of the dead and can travel, he can possibly morph the earth and everything like that, and really displays power far beyond anything else that we've seen so far in lore when it refers to the normal Jesus. However, Jesus' ability to come back from the dead after 2 days would come in handy as he would not be able to die. However, if you wanted to put a scenario where it's plausible, when Jesus died for 2 to 3 days, you could plausibly say, oh, well, he went to Anubis. Anubis weighed his heart, and it was pure. But here's the thing. It's because he was a deity, and he could say, oh, well, that's unfair. That's not right. You're going to be judged like any mortal. Jesus could be like, no, you got to judge me fair and square, da-da-da-da. And it would be hard. It would be basically impossible for Anubis to scale him properly. And so that would lead into a fight. And since they can't die again, it would lead to a stalemate, and Anubis would send Jesus back to Earth, and the story would continue. However, if we go into other interpretations of Jesus, we can also see how it's possible for him to defeat Anubis. There's an alternate version of Jesus where he is an archangel. Also, I want to bring up the similarity. Anubis is a lot like Metatron from Christian lore, with things such as like he guides souls to where they're supposed to go and so on and so forth. And he's basically like the messenger of the gods. It's really interesting when you get into it, but aside from that, um, his archangel self, Jesus, I'm referring to, could probably defeat Anubis, considering that he's one, the Son of God, and two, archangel power is nearly universal, possibly multiversal. So yeah, that's something Anubis could probably keep pace with, but eventually lose. Fun fact, Anubis and the other Egyptian gods were actually some inspiration for the gods of destruction you see in the Dragon Ball Super universe. Fun facts. Anyways, Archangel Jesus would definitely beat Anubis. Normal Anubis versus normal Jesus, definitely not. Now, say Anubis was able to absorb the dead or his coyotes or the jackals. If he could absorb the jackal's power or something, that'd be a little bit different. He's also the god of mummification, so if he managed to like gut and mummify Jesus, sure, maybe. However, it all comes down to, would they want to talk it out? Jesus is not a fighter. Anubis usually is not a fighter. They would probably sit down and have a talk, and after that, either Jesus would get thrown into the jaws of Ganeshu, or Anubis would send him to heaven. Like that. That's really how I see this going down. But if you wanted a clear cut winner, you could say that, hey, God wouldn't let him die outside of the plan because, he's the Son of God. And he is an extension of God. So it's not outside the realm of possibility to say, well, Jesus could destroy Anubis if God gave him some extra power. But overall, I do think normal Anubis could beat normal Jesus. Archangel Jesus, maybe not. And God protected Jesus, definitely. But the talking bit, I think Anubis would win more times than not. Anyways, guys, this has been Walker Productions. My name's Michael Lance. Thank you for tuning into this video. This is a debate requested by Mr. No One, I think. Anyways, uh, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the end of day's video. And have a wonderful Thanksgiving day. Peace.